Okay, here's the finished product after some re-engineering. I had the crate frame places for it to hook up. There's their original frame points, and there's nothing behind there to hook up to. So there's a rail that runs right down the middle right here. It's the lowest point on that whole assembly, so I lined it up with that and got her fairly straight and hooked her up. You're going to want to put the union plate right here, right behind here. There's a union plate. You're going to want to put that on before you do anything else, because you won't get back to that after that. As you can see, it's all pretty well guarded, unless you are really good with stretchiness. Here's the other side. Used a couple clamps to help keep it close to the machine while I was tightening it up. As you can see, these can come off now. The belly plan in my installation here was the last thing I installed. The bottom plate here, you want to install that first. There's a bar that goes back there, and you want to get that done. As you can see, this stuff's real shiny and it's picking up the floor below it. It's really cool stuff. As you can see, they got the drain holes down the bottom there. So if you pick up any water or something, it just goes right down there. It should be a lot easier to clean out than the plastic ones. When I took my plastic ones off, well, you can see all the dirt around here. This floor is fairly clean when we started. Here's the same thing up top here. And that little flare out keeps everything clear and friendly up there. As you can see, it's got nice gaps. And you know, if you got to get to stuff, there's access holes and points there and there. It's another nice gap. As you can see, I use my machine and I put it through paces. There's the oil, some other access points, and it's all really well designed stuff. I tried to price one of these plates out from the dealer, and they quoted me $900 without shipping, and that's up here in Alaska. Up here, you're going to install this plate here first before you do this belly pan. Just to get it up there, you got to take that fair lead off so you can get all your stuff up in there. As you can see, I'm doubly safe here. I got stood up, but got my buddy's overhead crane up there, and there's a little workshop here, and I really got to appreciate Aurora Towing for allowing me to use their shop for the last 4 days. I got time here and there to do the work. Damage that this plate would have prevented, as you can see, down underneath here, look at that right there. That thing's bent down, and it's because there's no protection from the factory to get these things. So this plate, that steel beam took a stick, not a rock, but a stick, and bent it back. You can see the gap there, and that's how that happened. The video seems shaky. That's because I'm kind of excited. I'm virtually done with this. Like that. Look at that hole right there. I haven't put the screws back in on this side yet, but that's simple enough to do. It's all accessible and they all line up. Everything's pretty good. I still got some finishing work to do, but that's neither here nor there right at this point. It's the easy stuff. So I'm about to get this thing down on its end, and hopefully the next time I have to get this thing up and hanging like this, maybe I'll have 2 people here. But for a one-man job that did it all by himself and stuff like that, it came out pretty good. There's a small gap here So if you back up and stuff, that might catch or hang. I mounted the plates on properly, but there's still a small gap. Now the one thing I do like about that small gap there, and I don't know if that's designed or whatever, but if you go through water and get stuff, this is a flow out point before it has to flow out the back part of it there. And I still gotta tighten up the bottom 2 screws on this thing on the underside by the hitch. But again, real simple stuff. Just little touch-up points that need to be done. But we're finally like 99% done with this job, and I like to say Swedish Performance Off-Road Parts. That's SPOP.se on the internet for the product and the contest they did with CFMOTO-forum.com. So it's a good place to get some CFMOTO insight, and well, in my case, I won a free skid plate, and it's well worth the time and effort to do this, because I guarantee you in the long run I'm probably going to save a lot more damage from rotten sticks that are sticking up and getting flipped up by these nice super grippy tires. So see you out in the trails.